Hey everybody, Speed Duel Bro here, and in today's video, we've got the Dark Magician. Let's get right to it. For the skill card, we've got Magician's Act. Monsters, we've got 3 Old Vindictive Magicians, 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior, 1 Night Assailant, 1 Mask of Darkness, and 3 Dark Magicians. For spells, we've got 3 Dark Magic Curtains, 3 Allure of Darkness, 3 Nobleman of Exterminations, and 2 Widespread Ruins. Now on to how to win with the deck / strategies. Alright everyone, so the name of the game here is Dark Magician Beatdown. Just beat the opponent down with your vanilla Dark Magician, and it all begins with this, Magician's Act. Now note, with this skill card, it says on the back, at the start of the duel, flip this card over. So let's go over Magician's Act real quick. Activate one of the following skills at the start of the duel. Add 1 Dark Magician from your deck to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. Shuffle 1 Dark Magician from your hand into the deck, then draw 1 card. During your main phase, you contribute 1 monster whose original name is Dark Magician to draw 2 cards. Each of these skills can only be used once per duel. Now upon reading this, I can already tell I don't really care for that first skill, wherein we add 1 Dark Magician from your deck to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. Because the way I've built the deck, I want my Dark Magician to stay in the deck. And also, if we're gonna be a rule shark about this, that first skill isn't specific enough. Come on, Konami, you need to errata this, otherwise listen to what I have to say here. Notice how it says then shuffle 1 card. So meaning, can I just shuffle back that Dark Magician? Now obviously they're probably gonna say no, but again, we have to be specific about this, right? But anyways, all in all, I could care less for that first skill. We're all about that second skill. Okay, so allow me to explain why. So our bread and butter play is just gonna be a 1 card combo. Isn't that something? It all begins with Dark Magic Curtain. If you don't already know what it does, here it is. Pay half your life points. Special summon 1 Dark Magician from your deck. You cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but you can set. Alright, but before we play Dark Magic Curtain, what we want to do is clear the opponent's back row, hence the 3 Noblemen of Exterminations. Now, I only chose to play these Noblemans because I didn't have 3 copies of Night Beam, okay? So if you have Night Beam, I insist that you play Night Beam instead. That way, it locks the opponent out from completely activating their face down back row. But you get my point, right? Just clear the back row so that Dark Magician can beat down. Now that the back row is clear, now we can play Dark Magic Curtain. So we'll play that. Dark Magician is out on the field. Now before you attack, if you have any one of these 4 monsters in your hand, go ahead and set them. Yes, even if it's Breaker, just set the monster. The reason being is because you don't want to get one-shotted, meaning if the opponent somehow on their turn, or more likely than not, will destroy your Dark Magician, at the very least we have a monster to protect our life points. And again, even if it's Breaker, go ahead and set Breaker if you have to, okay? We gotta protect our life points. But yeah, everyone, that's the name of the game right here. You clear the back row with your back row removal cards, then you play Dark Magic Curtain, Dark Magician comes out, set any one of these just to protect our life points. And mind you, notice my monster lineup here, they're all flip effect monsters, except for Breaker, of course. But the fact that these flip effect monsters, if they get rid of Dark Magician, if the opponent gets rid of Dark Magician, at least these monsters here will get rid of their monsters too. You know what I'm saying? So, back row removal, Dark Magic Curtain, Dark Magician, set, attack. Simple. I dare say that this deck is a Dark Magician turbo deck, hence why we have the Allure of Darkness too in the deck. because Dark Magician's a 2500 beat stick, so that runs mostly over everything. And remember guys, we're only playing with 4000 life points, so if we do Dark Magician Turbo here, we should be able to knock the opponent out in ideally 2 to 4 turns, hopefully. Maybe 3 turns. And then again, if the opponent somehow destroys Dark Magician, we're gonna hope that our destruction flip effect monsters will take care of whatever the opponent is dishing at us. And we even run Widespread Ruin for this, so we should be covered, okay? Now for card analysis. Now for the skill card Magician's Act, remember, we don't really care for the first skill. We care more about the second skill, because this deck has been built in a way that we prefer Dark Magician to be in the deck because of Dark Magic Curtain. And then Dark Magician because he's the theme of the deck. Can't run the deck without him. Now I wish Konami had given us the alternate Arcana Dark Magician, because you gave us the Arcana skill, so why not give us the Arcana Dark Magician? Come on, Konami. Anyways, yeah. Now we played 3 Old Vindictive Magician because again, it goes with the bread and butter play of the deck. We have to set something, guys, to protect our life points. And with Old Vindictive Magician and Knight Assailant, let me just throw that in there now too. At least we can 1-for-1 our opponent, meaning, okay, you destroyed my monster, I'm gonna destroy yours too. So that's the reason between Old Vindictive Magician and Knight Assailant. Mask of Darkness, this is more of just a spicy tech card so that we can, in the hopes that we can use Widespread Ruin again, but if we can't, just Allure of Darkness, the Mask of Darkness away. Then we played the One Breaker because I felt like One Breaker is okay enough. You could honestly swap this out for another Knight Assailant or any other face down flip effect monster you want, or in my opinion, or just a suggestion. But again, I just felt like I wanted Breaker just for that one pinch of muscle in the deck, offensive muscle. And the reason why I chose to play just one is because of Dark Magic Curtain. Because remember, we can't summon any other monsters the turn we activate it, but we can set. So if we had to set, so let's say if I was running more breakers, wouldn't you feel that it'd be kind of a waste just setting the breaker? You know what I mean? So again, one was sufficient for this build, in my humble opinion. Now on to spells. I'd like to go over the MVP of this deck, which is Dark Magic Curtain. Let's go over it again. So as you can see, guys, you just have to pay half your life points and you get a Dark Magician. But what makes this deck super MVP is that even though we can't summon other monsters the turn we activate this card, we can set and we can attack. Because there's so many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That allow you to special summon this or that, but then you can't summon other monsters. Now that's per standard, but then you also can't attack. And actually, in some other spell cards, you can't even set. So the fact that the small cost of paying half your life points, you get a free 2500 beat stick, you can set a monster, and have your battle phase, I think that's pretty good in my book. And again, to reiterate, you can activate this card anytime in the duel. So no matter how low your life points get, even if it's 100, you are guaranteed a Dark Magician. Hence the MVP of this deck, everyone. Dark Magic Curtain. Round of applause. Dark Magic Curtain is what makes this deck turbo. And along with Allure of Darkness, this is just to help get to our Dark Magic Curtain faster and to our other tech pieces, you know, like the flip effect monsters and Widespread Ruin or Nobleman. And then Nobleman of Extermination, again, you can swap this out with Night Beam, and if you have 3 copies of Night Beam, I insist that you play Night Beam instead. That way, we can practically lock the opponent out from activating their face down cards. And then last but not least, Widespread Ruin. This is just so we have that extra set of defense too, just to protect Dark Magician so that we can beat the opponent down next turn. Now, where does this deck rank on my power scale? In my humble opinion, I say this deck is casual. The reason being is because of the skill card Magician's Act. Not exactly game breaking, but I do believe in this deck. I do believe that we can knock the opponent out in 2 to 4 turns, 2 to 3 turns if we're lucky. Then yes, I know it's not really a pure Dark Magician deck, just because I know I could have chosen to use Thousand Knives or Dark Magic Attack, but the problem with those cards is it relies too much on Dark Magician. And last I checked my rulings, a card is considered controlled if it's face up. So let's say we do bring out Dark Magician with Dark Magic Curtain, right? And then the opponent, Book of Moons, our Dark Magician when we activate Thousand Knives or Dark Magic Attack. So meaning those spell cards don't get to use their effects. So that's why I didn't use Dark Magic Attack and Thousand Knives, unless I wanted it to be super casual. But no, remember guys, whatever deck I build, I'm always playing to win, always. So there you go. That's the deck profile of Dark Magician Turbo. If you enjoyed the video, you're more than welcome to hit the like button, helps me out a lot. And if you enjoyed me, the Speed Duel Bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe to me too. Because if you love speed duels, I'm sure you'll love me as well. Okay everyone, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.